Thank you, Mayor Ortega. Council member's name is Bob Pejman, addresses on the record. And I want to do a follow-up comment on the last regular session we had, which was December 5th. There was a discussion on parking by the Civic Center, and some comments were made that, frankly, I think deserve a response. So general comment was made to the effect that we're not going to go to the taxpayers and tax them so that we can build extra parking around the Civic Center in peak season. And I got to tell you, I felt like I was in a parallel universe, because isn't that what we did in 2019 when we passed the bond? I'm talking about CIP 63. Can I put this on the projector? So let me point to specific language here. Portions of Old Town Scottsdale experienced parking shortages at various times. Emphasis on parking shortages. During peak season, says peak visitor periods, and major events in the area. And the cost was $20 million, and there were 3 alternatives included. The locations were all walking distance of the Civic Center. So that's what you did back then. And the city went to the voters, said, look, if you want to part with $20 million, this is what you're going to get in return. The argument was made. And, you know, now, those of us who want to get this built, we're made to look like lobbyists, you know, that we're lobbying for this. When if you really think about it, it was the city who lobbied the voters by making these arguments about the fact that we have parking shortage in some parts of downtown, named peak season, and named large events. That's pretty much around the Civic Center and spring training. And those locations that were stated, they led the voters to believe that that's kind of like where it's going to get built. So I hope that you know, I shouldn't even be here. This argument was made by the city. The voters approved it. It should just get done. Now, one further note on the parking study. You know, there's an effort. I'm not sure where it is, that the 2015 Walker study is going to be updated, and that's a great idea because I think it should get updated. But look, it should not have an impact on this, because back then, when the argument was made, it was made clearly based on where the shortage is and what the recommended locations are. So I hope that this gets built and the voters are going to be happy about getting what they were promised. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Brent Beezer and